If you had $1 million right now, someone gave you $1 million, what would you do with your life? Where would you go? What would you spend it on? How would you feel? What does that change for your world and your life? You know, when you get an idea like this, when you get something that positions you like this, and yeah, you can run the line that says that'll never happen, I have $1 million, or whatever it is. You can play the cynic role, but for a moment, just imagine if your life was free of everything that you have to do. All that stuff, right? Work is something you have to do. Paying bills is something you have to do, right? Exercise, all this stuff that you have to do. But what for a moment would your life look like if you got to do the things that you just wanted to do? That you feel that you have to do, but not because somebody else is telling you, not because you feel guilted if you don't, not because you're going to worry about consequences if you don't, but if your life was full of the things that you dream about, that your imagination says, let's do this, what would that life look like? And this is where I suggest to you that life is more important to you than any other life. This is something we know inside of psychology, that people will tend to do better when they go after the things they want in life and bear the consequences of it. They'll bear the difficulties that come with it, the stresses. If they take a job that they actually want and they say, well, I don't know this program or how to do this or whatever, that you're in a better situation there than on the other side, where you take something you don't want to do and you bear the less stress of that scenario. You bear the minimalistic issues. Because in that light, you see the value of your internal self. The internal self says, I'm motivated, I'm going to get this shit done. I am going to perform where I need to perform. And why? Because at the back of your mind, you realize that it's for something. I'm going to do extremely well in whatever I'm practicing because I want the result. And now take for a moment and think about the life that you're living right now. And how many things a day do you do that you don't care how they turn out? I talked to this person well, but I really didn't care what the result was. I had this conversation, I didn't care what the result was. I did this thing well, but I really, besides just getting a monetary value, didn't care about it. And then realized that at the same time, it's not the money that you ever cared about. If you had $1 million, right, nobody to this question says, well, I just hang out. I sit with the $1 million. I enjoy it. That's all I needed. I can be done. I'm just done with life. They say in themselves, $1 million means I'm free to go explore this place, travel here. I'm free to start this business or work on this art project, this music project I wanted to do. This tends to be the same for everybody. And the only people who don't respond in this way are the people who said, yeah, you can give me $1 million and it doesn't matter because I'm already doing what I want to do. I'm already in that line of where I want to be. These are the people who haven't offended the deeper quality of themselves. The part of themselves that's still imaginative, that's still creative. The part of them that says, no, we have a certain want in life. A set of people who realize that, no, you're on this planet for a reason. There's something that you're gifted and brilliant at and something that you're not giving credit towards. There's something in this world that you're meant to explore, that you have a genius to. You see, not everybody is a genius in mathematics, physics. Not everybody's a genius in architecture or engineering. But each one of us is a genius in something very specific. And if you don't believe me, think about your life, right? Think about the many things that you can do that other people can't. That other people just cannot perform in that way. And maybe you think of somebody who does that a little bit better than you, but then think of something else that you do that they don't do, right? Something else that you're better at. Yeah, maybe you're very analytical, you're intelligent, but at the same time you realize that a lot of the people you talk to aren't as emotionally intelligent. They don't have the emotional analytics that you can break somebody down. You can think about what they're going through, you can empathize, and you know a lot of people who can't. So you want to take these stats and you want to say, well, no, it's not original. I'm not unique. But really, when you look at who you are, when you get over this point where you have so forgotten that the thing that you're operating with is important, you can get on. You can get moving. You can get motivated. You can bring yourself up. Because it's only through the fact that we're desensitized to how brilliant we are that we forget that there's something so valuable about us. Till someone meets you and says, you're amazing at this, you're great at this. And unfortunately, when you're performing well, people try to cut you down. Some people will give you those compliments, but maybe they don't mean it. And other people you're competing with that you would like a compliment for, that you know that they know what they're talking about, they're in competition with you. They're not going to say anything to you that's going to uplift you. So this is why I always talk about the importance of resolving you inside of you. Because you have to remember these things about yourself. That you're gifted, you're brilliant at something, and constantly your deeper side of yourself, your intuition, your psychic side of yourself reminds you there's something you're good at, there's something that your body was put on this earth to explore and do. And that's what makes you brilliant. That's what makes you important. And anything else isn't going to lead you to that happiness. Anything else isn't going to lead you to that feeling of peace. You know, they say that if life is a highway, often we find ourselves taking any sort of exit we can find, right? You don't know where you're going, so any exit will work. And over time, when you go down that highway, you say, well, I'm overwhelmed with it. Maybe you're on one side of it where you try to take every exit, you know, because you don't know where you want to go. And on the other side, you get overwhelmed about this highway. You get overwhelmed living your life because you said, I've tried them all. Well, let me ask you something. How about if you try the one exit you want to go to? The one exit that's going to lead you to the place that's important, that you want to wake up in, you want to be in. If you find yourself motivated and deeply connected to the things you're doing, you'll find a lot more happiness than whatever the material is. Don't be sold on the superficial qualities of life because you're deeper than that. As sure as you understand what I'm saying right now, there's something inside of you that wants bigger and better for you because you know you deserve it. You know you have skills that are not being used. You have talents that are more important to you than the other side of it, that are more important to the dollar. They're more important to the electronics that you have, the upgrades here or there that you never cared about. But the deeper side to you, that's what's important. That's what you have to look out for in life. That's what defines you and who you are.